What's up, everyone? We're hopping into the show live. We are printing money here. We are onto a short trade on the NASDAQ on the futures, and we're actually going to close this position. And so this is a trade I took off a Fibonacci level. Jumping right into the chart, baby. So we pulled the fibs from the move here, high to low, and my entry was the golden pocket here on the retracement, which was 21,384 to 21,388. And we entered into a short. It was 3 contracts. And it looks like we made a profit of $405. Now we did, if you guys are watching the morning show, you know I had a few trades in. And so we missed on a couple ones. So this is the big one we took an L on. This was, I believe, a short. Let's see. No, this was a long, but we got stopped out at minus 600. But again, our next 3 trades, this one we put in was $345. This was a this was a short on the NASDAQ. I believe this one we filled for 3 contracts. That brought us a $345 profit. The next trade, again on the NASDAQ, just been running this thing back and forth. This was another long for $255. This one, I believe, same thing, 3 contracts. And then the one I just closed on the show live was again for 3 contracts for a short on the NASDAQ. Well, let's see if we can catch any more. And you can see we exited that trade perfectly as we are currently trading above our gold pocket on this retracement. Now, another key level, maybe we take another short out here, is going to be at that 786 level. You can see we've already got a wick up here. But I'm interested to see what the price does as it approaches the cloud. This is on the 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ. So we'll keep an eye on this one. But anyways, welcome. I'm David. I'll be your host for today. I do have a Q&A up. So if there's anything you'd like me to take a look at, price-wise, technical or fundamental analysis wise, let me know. Also, if you guys want to join my futures trading journey, I highly recommend you sign up with Top One Futures. Similar to Breakout, but different. You don't have to, you can instantly get funded, or you can do a challenge. But I'm using a instant funded 150K account, and my profit target is to pull out 5K. And the one big rule you got to remember when you're trading futures, my friend, or at least on this platform, is 20%. Not one single profit day can be more than 20% of your entire payout. And so my goal is 5K. I can't have a trading day more than 1,000, which is why I have my daily limit set at 1,000. And so if you want to join the journey, use the link in the description, Top One Futures, create an account, and let's make some money together. Let's take a look at BTC. Speaking of making money, Bitcoin at 106.5. We saw a little bit of a leg up from 103, and we're teetering at this 106 level. You can see that horizontal got dropped here at 105.8. We got one close above, and we came right back down the very next time. In fact, we put in a shooting star pattern here, a shooting star candle, which typically signifies a reversal of the previous trend, which you can see has been up. This candle signifies, hey, the bulls are losing steam. You can see volume has been dropping really since the move, right? Even on the peak days, right? This is our top volume on the big move up. The next big move up, volume was lower. And then this current move up, volume was much lower as well. So I do expect BTC to see a little pullback. Now the question would be, well, where's the pullback coming to? Let's throw on our cloud. Let's take a peek. Well, we have a couple things. We have our 9-day moving average sitting at $103,940. You can see we had a close here. We also had a wick down here on today's candle. This is on the daily time frame. And a little further down, you have your 26-day moving average, which currently sits at right below $100,000. Don't think it's going to get that low, but hey, you never know. But yeah, that's kind of what I keep my eye on. For BTC, I'm looking for a short. We take a look at market cipher B. VWAP teetering on that 0 line, currently still above 0, which is bullish. money flow expanding to the upside. We did get a green dot, but this was on Sunday. And so that was an indicator we saw on Market Cipher B. We throw on Market Cipher A. Expanding bands, which is good, right? That means the uptrend continues. We zoom into the lower time frames. Excuse me, BTC on the daily, we can get rid of that. Excuse me, BTC on the 4 hour. Nothing Market Cipher B or A is showing us, so we can get rid of that one. Let's look at some liquidity points or high volume points here on the 4 hour for BTC. Yeah, you can see the sell wall here. I mean, look at that. Let's drop a horizontal right on top of that. That's where the horizontal is. 105.8, 5,800 Bitcoin was sold at that level. But on to the downside, well, I should say to the upside, big volume note here, my friends, at $100,756, close to 6,000 BTC was bought at this key level. But we are seeing, the one thing we are seeing that's good on this move up is volume has increased over the last 3 candles, the last 3 4-hour candles. But again, you see this wick, 107.1, we can clear 107.1, look for a retest back to 105.8. And if you're looking for a long, I'm not touching a Bitcoin long now. I do want to wait to see if we do push above that. I do expect a retest of this 105.8 level. That is where I'll be looking to long Bitcoin on a bounce. And so, yeah. All right, checking in the chat here. Again, welcome to everyone. If you any projects you want me to take a look at from a fundamental or technical standpoint, please throw it in there. I do want to share. We did hit I think I got like an 8x on this project here, and we shared it with our Patreon members. This is a virtual Genesis launch, Maneki. And again, this is something that I highlighted in our Patreon. This one was 930% subscribed. This thing launched, ran up to like a 9.6 million market cap. It's currently trading at a 3.27. I think I saw somewhere between 8 and 8.5 million market cap. Now with these Genesis launches, no matter how good their tokenomics look, what I highly recommend is you take at least some profit at immediately at launch. I know you'll get the Jeet jail bonus, or the not bonus, but the cooldown on the virtuals platform, meaning you'll get a little bit less of the points, but still there's different ways to earn points now, Virgin points, to participate in some of these Genesis launches. And so this one was a winner. We made some good money on that. So shout out to all of you if you're in our Patreon. Hopefully you made some money with this. Also, just as I expected, look at this. In fact, we're going to enter into a limit sell on this. We'll go 3 contracts on the NASDAQ. This is our cloud again. I'm hoping we get another push up, then we enter into a short and try to bring our profit target back up to our 1K daily target that we have our eyes on. Make sure you guys like the video. We have 66 viewers, 19 likes. And again, make sure you participate in the Q&A. If there's anything you want to take a look at, let me know. We'll see once this order fills, we'll come back. We'll set some TP levels, some take profit targets, and some stop loss targets as well. Yesterday, we did hit a trade on Ondo. And let's take a peek. This was our Ondo trade yesterday. Netted us around $230. We'll do this. 230 bucks on the nose, 23% profit. And this one we did put into our Discord. So if you're part of our trading group on Discord, hopefully you made some money on that trade. We do still have some open orders. We have a Swede long still open at $3.63. We got a BitTensor long opened, a limit open at $3.95, and a BTC long at $99.738, which again, if we go back to the daily time frame here, is our 26-day moving average, which is your red line on our Ichimoku cloud. Let's take a peek at if we're seeing any other info we can get from BTC. Let's see whether maybe a good time to short. Let's take a look at Market Cipher B on the 1 hour. RSI stochastics both pointing up. So 1 hour looks bullish. 15 minute also looks bullish, just got a green dot. 10 minute, 5 minute, RSI coming down on the 5-minute after tapping that 100 level. That's good if you're in a short. But I'd be careful, man. I'd be careful. See what BTC does. 1065 is where price currently is. You can see this volume point. 241 Bitcoin was sold. This on the 5-minute time frame. And on the 15-minute, you have this sell wall sitting between 1068 and 1071. And so again, what I look at if I'm looking to enter a short going into resistance, order filled, let's go. All right, and so this short, we're looking to target this thing back to our 786 level, and looks like we are about to get there, and my stop loss is going to be right above our VWAP, 270. There we go, bang, another $420 trade on Top One Futures. And actually, I will be looking to do the exact same. Oh, we should have kept that thing going. Look, we would have been up. Let's go sell another here at the same level. Although this one, I probably take profits a little early. Because, you know, now you really look at the lower time frames. We've knocked on that door. And you're seeing momentum here with the NASDAQ move pushing up. But I do expect maybe one more drawdown. If not, we'll set a real tight stop loss right above our VWAP line, which is going to be this yellow one here. But so far, P&L on the day is $500. Not too shabby, my friends. Remember, this is an account that I paid $360 for, but I have $150K in bullets. That's how much I got. So, Rex said, how high you see virtuals going this cycle? So kind of briefly talked about it, and we'll check back if this limit order should fill. We'll see if we can tap in another $500 profit to hit our 1K on the day. Markets do close in about 19 minutes, but virtuals protocol, let's talk about it. Let's look at some TA, then I'll tell you about fundamentally. Now, you guys know fundamentally I am very bullish on virtuals protocol. I will say they are making a lot of changes to how they're distributing their points. A lot of people don't like that. One thing I will tell you about virtuals and their team is they are always looking to make the product and the experience a lot better. But this thing looks great. We did get a retest of our 200-day moving average on the daily. This was positive. Price actually moved on that retest around 25%. You're going to see a lot of big swings from virtuals protocol as these Genesis launches continue, and people are forced to go out and buy more virtuals tokens to participate. So fundamentally, I don't think AI agents are going anywhere. In fact, I am more bullish on them now than I was. We did get a green dot yesterday on the daily on virtuals protocol. But if the team continues to do what they're doing, I think anywhere between $12 to $18 virtuals protocol, I think can definitely happen. You can see, if you guys have been watching my show, you know this level here is one I've had on here for a while, and this thing's been pretty money, $2.23. So if you're looking to trade virtuals, I think the play here would be either enter along on a retest of this 200 MA, right? Which I'll drop a flag. This is our upper band sitting at $1.65. I would be interested in a long there, but I think I'd be more interested in a short here at 221 from a TA perspective on virtuals. But I am bullish on the project. I hold a lot of the AI agents, and I think 12 to 15 bucks, $12 to $18, I think is fairly reasonable. That's a 12 to 15 billion dollar market cap, 12 to 18 billion dollar market cap for the leading, really consumer DApp for AI agents. And it's on base, which is, we know, is an L2. That's extremely popular. And so, yeah, hope that answers your question. Yeah. All right. Caspa. Yes. Giga Longbottom said, do you have any experience with AI agents that trade your portfolio? I have not personally used one. I do have a couple that I know a lot of my friends, some of these AI circles I'm in, use and really like. One of them is GigaBrain. I'm pretty bullish. I got a decent bag of GigaBrain. This one's sitting at a market cap of $5.5 million. Let's see if we can pull up a chart here on, I don't think we'll find it. Nope, no chart here on GigaBrain. Let's go over to Dex Tools. Go to the 1 day, see where this thing's all-time high was. All-time high looks like, I want to say all-time high was $9 million market cap, all-time high. And also with this one, they just opened staking. And so you can stake GigaBrain to earn the Virgin points. This is on daily. Now I don't have all the tools here on this, but we can take at the peak of the 4 hours, see if we find any patterns that are unfolding. So this thing's in a falling, right? This thing's in a falling wedge that should break to the upside, that measured move. Be around almost a 2x, almost like a 1.6x on this project. So that's one. The other one I am actually pretty bullish on is Simpson. I met with the team. I talked to the team. These guys are super impressive. I feel fairly confident. This is one of the few that I didn't sell any. I did take a little bit of profit on this one, but I still have a pretty good sized position on Simpson, and they're looking to go cross chain. And again, their team, this one hit 30 million market cap, and this is what the chart looks like. Very similar to what virtuals look like, right? On the daily. Let's take a peek. Let's get rid of some of these. Right, very similar to what this looked like, right? Just a massive, what, 90% drawdown coming into a rounded bottom. Same thing. It makes sense, right? They're both same ecosystem. Virtuals, GigaBrain, Simpson, same shit. But yeah, this is another one I'm bullish on. And so, and this one looks like, if you're looking to get a position on this one, let's throw a horizontal on this one. Right there, 63.38. This was where we got stopped out, and this was a retest before we had that push up to around 1.2 cents. And so, not financial advice, of course, but if you're looking to enter a position on this project, and maybe I sold you on it, 62.40 would be an ideal entry on this project. Again, not telling you what to do, it's your money, but looks like that limit order might not fill on NASDAQ. So those are the two that I'm familiar with, GigaBrain, Simpson. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones. I personally haven't used any of them, but those would be the ones. And it looks like actually on the 5 minute, the NASDAQ might be coming in to a bull flag pattern here, as you can see. Let's go like this, and let's actually get rid of our fib. Let me make this a little thicker. You know we like them thick, baby. And this would be 0.5%, which if you're trading 3 contracts should be a good trade. So for this one, I'm actually going to cancel my limit sell. And maybe I'll look to trade, if it happens before the markets close, look to trade the breakout and the retest. But you can see here, we're tapping up on that VWAP line, which has some confluence on our cloud, or inside of our clouds. Let's zoom into the 2 minute here. Same thing on the 2 minute. It's like we might be breaking out on the 2 minute. Let's go back zoom out a little bit. So the cloud is holding on the 1 hour, right? I mean, we did get a wick below, but it looks fairly good. Take a peek, seeing if we had any bullish divergence, which we don't. So yeah, so for this one, I'll actually be looking to long the breakout of this flag because I don't want to get caught in a losing trade. So say I looked at say yesterday, I think. Mohammed said thicks are costly. They can be if you're not careful. Which, by the way, do you know these things are like, this is Robin's favorite water. They're like $2 a bottle, bro. And this fool bought like 4 cases. I'm like, man, we got a wall to pay off. We got a lot of money going on. This dude's over here spending $200 on freaking water. And here we go. We're getting that breakout of this bull flag. Now I do want to enter into and see, we're getting rejected on that VWAP. Let's see what price does. And this might actually be a market order on a long. Because I want to wait and see what the price does here, right? We come back down. What is the price going to do right there? Let me actually turn this white. We'll go, 2's good. Let's see. And I would like the retest to be 2 candles deep on this retest. Anyways, how's your guys' day going? You guys excited? Bitcoin about to pop off. Altcoins, some of them are about to pop off. Should be fun. Let's get rid of that. Anytime now, NASDAQ. Anytime. Come on. Come back and retest. Come back and retest. We want to trade. And we might not get this, my friends. Okay, so we're pushing up. We're pushing over our VWAP. Should catch some resistance at 21,438. We'll see. Let's look at what the 2 minutes telling us. There we go. Okay, so 2 minutes flipping bearish. RSI is damn near at overbought levels. Let's go back to the 5 minute. And here we go. Come on. Come back down. Come on. You can do it. Come back down. Debating on whether I should put in a limit long here or if I should be the disciplined trader that my dad always told me I could be, that I've been letting him down on for God knows how long. Anyways, we'll keep an eye on this one. We got 8 minutes left. I don't even know. We're probably not even going to get the chance to long this thing. And we know a lot of the volume on the traditional markets comes in 30 minutes prior to market open and 30 minutes prior to market close. And so this could very well be a trade that if we do enter, could go against us fairly quickly. But yeah, we'll see. We'll come back to this one. Anyways, Bitcoin is moving, my friends. Looks like 106.7 is what I'm looking at for BTC. 106.8. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's clean up the chart here a little bit. Zoom into the 1 hour. Oh, look at that big spike in volume. Look at that. Big spike in volume. But again, are we going to get rejected here at 107.1? You know what? Let's do it. Let's short BTC, and we'll throw it on the copy traders here as well. Let's short BTC at 107, 105. 107, 105. We'll go 1K on this one. Isolated 10. Oh no, I went long. No. I don't want to go long. See, that's why you always double check. You always double check. We wanted to go short. 107.1. 1K. This is a limit order. And we want short. Thank you. Okay. Hey, we made a little bit of money. How much money did we make on that? Oh, we lost because of the fee, $7. Yeah, Marcus said, nice long. Yeah, I didn't mean to long it, but hey, you know, if you're not careful, that's what happens. Let's take a peek at the NASDAQ again. Guys, I don't think we're going to get this trade on the NASDAQ. There's only 5 minutes left. Well, roughly 10 minutes left to the market closes. Let's maybe see if we can catch a last-minute trade on the Dow. This is Dow on the 5-minute, 3-minute. Wait for a retest on the 9-day. Probably not going to happen. That's a 2-minute. And then the 1-minute. We got some confluence with our 9 and 26-day moving average. Let's check the Russell. Russell is holding it. So, okay. So, you know what? Let's see if we can get a long filled here. See if we can get a long fill for a quick scalp. Because it looks like, one, we have confluence with our 26 and our 9-day moving average. And there we just got that bearish crossover right now. You can see 26-day crossed over our 9-day. That is a bearish signal. This again is on the 1-minute. Let's zoom out to the 5-minute. So our buy is just above the bottom end of our cloud. And I don't think this one's going to fill either. Let's go back to the 1-minute. Seeing a little push up here. Oh, yeah, this is not going to fill. Come on. I don't know. You guys think this thing's going to fill? You guys think my limit long on the Russell is going to fill? Okay, we're getting rejected at the VWAP on our 1-minute time frame. That's not going to be enough. All right, I think we're done with the futures for today. But that'll be something we come back to pretty much every day. And it looks like our limit short is about to fill on BTC. Let's take a peek as we're seeing Bitcoin rally. Huge spike in volume. This might be a losing trade, but that is okay because we're going to set a fairly tight stop loss. Could this be the real breakout, right? Are we going to see a new all-time high on this stream today? I hope so. I'll take a little bit of an L to be wrong. And I think there it is. Our short order filled on BTC. And so let's figure out where we're going to set our stop loss. We'll get rid of some of these. And I'm going to go in the higher time frame to find some resistance levels. And I'm going to zoom in here. 107.288 might be a good place. But let's look at what 108.356 would look like on a TP. Or a stop loss. 108.256. I'm fine with that. 108.256. That is our stop loss. Our TP. Where we're going to set our TP. Let's zoom in to set our TP. I'm going to set my TP. Zoom more into the 1 hour. Okay, so 9 days sitting at 105. So 9 and 26 day are in unison right now, which is 105.761. I think that's where I'm going to set my TP at. 105.761. 12.5% trade. I don't like that. That's not enough. Let's go down to our cloud on the 1 hour. 104.993. Let's see what that looks like. 104. 19%. I'll take that. Done. Okay. TP set at 104.993. Stop loss set at 108.256. We'll see how this BTC trade plays out. And this is I think we got in a 10x here. Working out so far, lower time frame. Let's zoom into maybe the 15-minute. You can see that, guys, I'm telling you, man, that 107.1 level, you see these volume points, you see what price has done previously, right? Even if you zoom into the daily, Wicks rejection. This might be a big trade if we move our TP down just a little bit. And this one looks like would have filled, but the markets are about to close. So not bad. Futures day, 500 in the green, halfway through my TP limit, or my daily profit limit, but still pretty damn good. After we were down like 800 bucks. All right. 106.7, $32 in the profit on the short. Let's see what let's do maybe the 15-minute. Let's see what Market Cipher B is telling us on the 15-minute. Let's get rid of that. So it looks like we're about to get a bearish crossover on the VWAP here on the 5-minute on BTC, sitting at 1. But we're seeing money flow expanding on the 5-minute. RSI, stochastic, came back down after essentially hit overbought at our 100 level. But you see the reversal here, my friends, which is interesting. You know, the volume is going up, but we're still seeing a reversal. But again, you have these indicators like the volume points on. You go to the maybe the 4-hour time frame. You can really see where a lot of sellers are stepping in to sell their BTC. And this thing is currently at a 3.2% profit for Bitcoin. All right. See what the chat's saying? Metal blockchain. What is metal blockchain? Let's take a look. Why does that sound so familiar? Let's go Mexi. You know what? Since I know nothing about this, let's get a quick cliff notes on metal blockchain. Oh, this is low. 42.58, 16.38 million market cap. Looks like it's an ETH token. What do you do, metal blockchain? Blockchain for banking, BSA compliant, layer 0 blockchain for financial institutions. Are they backed by anyone? Summerlin, Fan Power. Glendale area schools. Is that Glendale, Arizona or Glendale, California? Because if it's Glendale, California, it's my home city, baby. That's where I lived for quite a while. TPS 0.5. Okay, I mean, I guess they're niches, institutions, right? But they don't really have any big names. I mean, one of the reasons I was so bullish on asymmetry finance was the fact that this was backed by Fidelity, right? It's institutional stablecoin play backed by Fidelity. This one is, I guess, kind of looking to do the same thing, but more on the broader financial, right? And again, this is not something that I've looked into. I'm just doing this on the fly with you guys. And so, but yeah, from a TA standpoint, let's take a peek. Let's start with the weekly. We got pretty good info on the weekly. So we're trading above our cloud in our 9-day, but we're still red, which is doesn't complete the bull cycle here as far as looking at indicators. We did flip the 200 MA, which is really good. And you can see how many times we got rejected, and we're essentially coming into on the daily as well. This is a massive bear flag. You know, in fact, let me do this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of our MA ribbon, and let's measure. Let's throw a fib on here. Let's measure this. Oh man, it got rejected off of that 50% fib level, and you guys know my rule for any flag pattern, whether it's a bear flag or a bull flag, for it to be invalidated, I want this thing, for a bear flag, I want it to cross above that 50% retracement, and for a bull flag to be invalidated, you need to see it cross below its 50% Fibonacci retracement. But this thing also might be coming into a little bit of a cup and handle pattern here, depending on if we do get back and retest that 10.636 cents. And who the hell is calling me? I don't know. I'm not going to answer. So yeah, but big bull flag, or you can just call this, if you don't want to call it a bull flag, at the very least, it is a rising channel, right? Which does typically break to the downside. And that measured move would be 7.994 cents. So from a TA standpoint, if you're looking to trade this thing, and I forget who asked about this one, it was Mystery Man. So if you're looking for a trade setup, I would wait to look for a potential short here. And I would wait for it on a breakout and a retest. Let's get rid of this. So the way I'd want to trade this thing probably will get another pushback up here, come back down, and you want to wait for the thing to break and then come back and retest, fail, and then you enter your short here. And if everything works out like we think it will, that level would be 10.126 cents. Now you might be saying, well, David, it's almost there. Why don't I just put it in a short now? Because this pattern could very well be invalidated, whether it's big news coming out, the altcoin markets are moving, whatever the case may be, this move could be invalidated. And the way to save yourself some money before prematurely entering into trades is to wait for the pattern to actually play out and wait for that retest. And in this case, that retest brings us back to 10.1 cents. So I hope that answered your question. And then let's take a peek at the crypto bubbles. This is on the day. Aave continues 7% in the green. Curve Dow 5.8% in the green on the day. Trump is up 3.1%. You know, there was some news on Trump. Justin's son is going to that dinner. One of the bro is hung like a walrus. That's funny, from the morning show. But anyways, Justin's son, he's going to the dinner, and come to find out, he's one of the largest holders, one of the whales of the Trump token. And so that thing's up 3.1%. And as far as the ones that are down, Litecoin IP, Virtual's down 2.5%. We take a look at the hour. Pretty green on the hour as the markets are turning. And then on the week, red on the week. So higher time frames look bearish, lower time frames look fairly bullish. And this trade is still in the green, which is good. Our Bitcoin short. But let's take a look at Aave. I know Magic went over it today, but I want to take a look at it as well. Aave, I have a fairly good position on Aave. Didn't we look at this chart? This looks like a chart we looked at not too long ago. And this one, oh yeah, this one we talked about another potential bear flag, but we talked about it being invalidated. Yep, because it crossed over the 50% retracement, which is at 244. These things are bomb, by the way. Green tea with ginseng and honey. Oh, by the way, we partnered with a new exchange, so we'll have more options for you guys to choose from. Everyone's hitting me up in the conference, but you can see. Okay, so back to the chart here. I get sidetracked, so apologies for that. But you can see we're getting rejected on a golden pocket here on the way back up for Aave. This move that we're measuring from 373, which is back on the 22nd of January, down to our low of 111, which was on the April 7th. By the way, if you guys picked up Aave sub $120, round of applause to you, man. Round of applause to you, because this is such a good project that's undervalued. And if you were watching our show and you were paying attention, you guys know I pulled this chart up, and this area was here, this box. You buy anywhere in this box, okay, you're winning. And that's from $95 to $135. And so congrats to you if you did. Okay, so let's take a peek at Aave. I want to go and I want to throw on, you guys know, my favorite indicators, which, by the way, I don't know if Nathan's in here. I didn't see him, but he reached out and asked for some recommendations. And so I told him, look, man, I love the cloud. Fairly easy once you understand it. Whether you're seasoned, new, doesn't matter. Aave looks very bullish, very bullish. We keep retesting this 9-day at 240, and price is just bouncing, right? Bouncing. Great. Let's take a look at Market Cipher B. Oh, we just got a green dot printed on Market Cipher B on the daily. This is good. Bullish crossover on the VWAP. Money flow expanding. Also good. All right, so markets are closed. We ended the day $501 P&L. We can go ahead and close that out. Let's zoom into maybe the 4-hour on Aave. Looks like we're coming into a little bit of a bull flag pattern on the 4-hour. Could this be? No, I was looking to see if there was maybe an inverse head and shoulders, but there's not. Okay, guys, bull flag, because no, I like flags. If this plays out, you're looking at potentially a $313 and let me just drop a flag here. $313. Oh, triple threes, baby. No, friend Lifer. Just this thing, triple threes, 33. What are you guys saying over here? Some bullshit pre-sale. Anyways, that would be the move. This is on the 4-hour, by the way. So daily just got a green dot printed. 4 hours in a bull flag. So Aave's looking fairly good. Now, again, we don't trade these, or I don't trade these. I don't trade them unless we get a breakout and a confirmation. And so my trade setup for this would be, and depending on where this thing goes, right? If we see a breakout before the day's over, you're looking at 260.35. Call it 260.50 for a long on Aave. But again, I would enter it now. I want to see what it does, because this very well could completely fall through and come back and try to retest this 26 and 9-day moving average, or come back further down and try to catch some support at this cloud, which is sitting at $230. But if we do get a breakout, expect this thing to shoot up, maybe retest this wick high here, come back down ideally, and we enter here into an Aave long. Let's look at our trade. Still in the profit, although a measly 2.6%, 25 bucks. It's like a coffee for Rob and Ashley, because they add weird shit to their coffee. I'm like, why can't you guys ever just have normal coffee orders? It's always got to be some dumb shit. Anyways, but fundamentally super bullish on Aave. And for trade setup, wait for a breakout, retest to enter into a long. All right, I'm just taking a peek at the chat. What's going on here, guys? Why are you guys fighting? We don't like when you guys fight. Mommy and Daddy don't like when the kids fight. You guys talking about sea creatures? Blue whales? Broke Yoshi, thanks for the great stream. Thank you, my friend. If you don't have a bubble and making you 100 square sets, okay. Mohammed, the bots are coming in. I know, I fucking hate these bots, bro. Metasdow, Mohammed said, look at Metasdow. I know Jimmy's pretty big on Metis. I believe our agent was actually speaking to Metis to potentially work with them. I don't know what's coming out of that. Actually, now that I said that, probably should reach out to him and be like, what the hell happened? But I believe this is a project that was founded or is ran by Vitalik Buterin's mom. Let's say, okay, daily looks fairly fine. Looks like we actually might. Nah. Catching some support at a 26-day MA, which is $19.73. This one, if I'm not wrong, this one ran pretty freaking hot. Yeah, I mean, look at this. 153 bucks, currently sitting at $20. This cycle so far, I think this was, yeah, back in November of 24. This thing got up to $70. And so I don't know much about it fundamentally. I know it's in the ETH ecosystem. I believe it's an L2. Let's take a look at the weekly. You know, actually, let's go to the daily and let's throw in our 200 MA. Oh yeah, we got a while. Not too bad. We'll call it $30 to $33 before we reclaim our 200-day moving average till we flip this chart back to bullish. Vitalik's MILF, Jesus Christ. Look at some high volume points. Oh, this one works better on the lower time frame. Let's go down to the 6 hour. Okay, so big sell wall here at 2576, 2562, which around 2.4 million of Metis was sold. And so that would be a key level to keep an eye on. And then on the 6 hour, $13.83. A lot of buying happened there. And that's actually price. When we came down here at this volume point, we rallied, we almost doubled in price. And so 6 hours shows a break below, failed retest for our cloud, which is not good. And that cloud is getting thinner, right? It's getting thinner. We're going to see that thing twist. Wow, that was such a cool twist thing there, David. Sometimes I wish Robin was here to make fun of my drawings, but it's okay. This thing actually looks like a descending triangle, which these break to the downside. Essentially have a triple bottom, right? There's one, there's two, and there's three. My God. And so this thing should break to the downside on the lower time frame. But again, this one, we wait, break below and a retest. And so for a trade, I'd look to enter at $19.10 on a retest after we do break down. But from a fundamental standpoint, I don't know much about it. Again, I know it's ETH. I know it's got a tie to Vitalik and his mom. But nothing that I would really, put all my money in just for that simple fact. Okay, our shorts sitting at 6.3% in the profit with our TP set at 104.993 and our stop loss at 108.256. And so I'm just gonna let this thing ride, whether it hits the TP or the stop loss. Either way, I'm good. That being said, my friends, we are done for the day. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Try to do more live trading so you guys can kind of see the process, see the kind of money you can make. And so if you enjoy the streams, all we ask is support the channel, subscribe. And if you want, there's a bunch of links that if you use for yourself, you'll be helping out the channel as well. One I'm really excited about is Top 1 Futures. Again, instant sim funded accounts. And so your downside risk to play with 150K worth of trading, right, is $400 or $350. Make sure you use the code OLA, OLA, all caps. Anyways, love you guys. I will see you back here tomorrow, same time. Until then, peace.